What's up, reptile fans? Dave Palumbo here, and we are back with Muscle Serpents Daily, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a Burmese python update, because a lot of people have been asking me about the burms I picked up this year, some of the burms I produced this year, and how they're doing. And so we're going to take just a quick look, and on this Monday, it's a little busy today for me, so we're going to see what's going on with the burms and how they're growing and all that great stuff, and talk about Burmese pythons. And my kids are going to even get into the action a little bit. They wanted to come over to the snake room, so I'll show you a little bit about what happened on Sunday when they were handling the snakes. Let's go. Let's check it out. All right, it's the weekend here. Palumbo's Pythons and Boas, and Penny's running around outside. It's my teacup Maltese. Where's, oh, Diva's over here with Carol.
Hello.
Say hi.
Hi, baby.
That's my teacup Yorkie, micro teacup Yorkie.
Hey, hello.
Diva, say hi. Penny, hey. And where's Jedi? Oh, there's Jedi, the blue-eyed Persian cat. White blue-eyed Persian cat. What's up, Jed? You can tell I'm a Star Wars fan. There he is. He's not supposed to be out of the house. He snuck out. Right, Logan?
I did.
Yeah. Oh, and Arya keeps falling down. All right, we got to go into the snake room. You guys want to see some snakes? Yeah. All right. All right, guys. We're here with Logan and Arya, my son and daughter. And we have Annie Hall, the anaconda here, and they're getting their first glimpse. You know, guys, this is the biggest snake in the world, the heaviest snake in the world. When this gets bigger, it could be the biggest snake ever.
I can't, we can't touch it ever.
No, you can touch it, you just don't touch the head, right? Arya, you like it? You like it? Arya's gonna be the snake keeper.
No!
Logan, what about, Logan likes to clean. Logan likes to clean. Very loud screams we have here. And Annie the anaconda's ahead. All right. All right, no screaming, no screaming. No screaming, you're scaring the baby. Maybe baby Shayla will be the snake keeper.
I want you to do it.
Arya likes the snakes though. Oh, you're not afraid. You're not afraid of anything. Fun in the snake room on the weekends here. Starting them young. We're starting them young on handling the snakes. All right, one more time here. One more time. Yeah. Now you're getting into it. Now you like it. You see, you're not scared. Logan, you're not scared. All right. We'll check out a couple more snakes. All right, this is my best Burmese python that I produced this year. And the kids are getting a kick of it. He's got a very good personality. For some reason, the albinos seem to have very mellow personalities. This is an albino, granite, green, HYPO. So it's a pearl granite green.
Guys, my dog!
He's getting some nice size. I decided to keep him because he's so beautiful. And you like him, Logan? Arya, you want to hold him? Arya, I love the fact he has no pattern
I don't
whatsoever.
want to hold him.
Completely patternless.
I want to Sam.
I only wonder what he's going to look like when he gets a little older. You want to hold? Try hold. No yelling, no yelling. He's the most mellow burm I have.
We can't go with.
All right, be gentle. Be gentle. We're starting young here. Palumbo's Pythons and Boas, that's for sure. All right. All right, you guys saw before my kids were playing around with the Burmese pythons, and a lot of people have asked me for updates. So this is my albino female, the tet for pied. She's been putting on some good size. As you can see, I'll put my hand in it. Hopefully I won't get tagged. You can see. She's actually pretty good when you get her out. She doesn't like having a phone shoved in her face, though, or someone's hand. You can see these burms grow really fast, and once they start eating, bigger prey, they'll start putting their size on. But I'll tell you something, even though she's blowing air, the burms, for those of you who don't know, they like to blow air. That's their way of keeping you away. It's like a rattlesnake shakes its rattle. These burms will blow air, and it makes them sound a little... a lot of times they won't even strike. They'll blow the air to try to scare the predators away. Even when they get big, they do that. And, it's crazy. You see all these crazy orange colors in this female. When she gets older, these are going to all turn yellow. Unfortunately, I wish it stayed like this, but really beautiful looking female. And hopefully she'll produce some nice pied head albino babies. That's the goal. There's an update on my male pied. That's the visual. It's pretty apparent that he's pied. And you can also tell, just like all other pieds and other snake species, they definitely don't look normal. It definitely changes the pattern and even the pattern that's showing. So he's doing great. I'm not feeding him as heavily as the females, obviously. Or I shouldn't say. They're both getting weekly meals, but his meals are a little smaller because I just don't need the male to be that big. And I like to keep all my males small for that matter, whether they be pythons or boas. But he's doing very well, and I've been taking him out, and when I first got him, he was like he would bite me 600 times. You know? those little baby bites, they don't hurt, but they definitely leave some puncture marks in your arms and hands. He's really good now. His personality's really calmed down. He likes to come out, and you know that's the case with these Burms. That's why people are so into them as pets. They're big snakes, but when you handle them, they really tame down, and they like to be handled, and they like to come out, and they're social animals. And usually, if you know the personality of your Burm, they're not going to just bite you suddenly out of nowhere. They're pretty consistent. Whereas with retics, sometimes they can be a little inconsistent depending on their mood. And some people would say it's because Burms are dumb and retics are smarter, but I don't know. As you can see, he's very inquisitive. The champagne female I have, I was debating whether to get a caramel, T positive Burm, or go with the champagne. And a lot of people have the T positives, and they're gorgeous. They're gorgeous. I'm still debating whether I should pick up a female, but I said, you know what? I'm going to go with the champagnes because not a lot of people have them. They're around, but not a lot of people have them, and I think they're kind of unusual looking. And I like the head patterns a lot on them, and I just thought they were different. So here's my female champagne. She's been eating pretty good. She hasn't been eating prey that's quite as big as the PIEDs, so I've been feeding her a little smaller because she'll if you give her something too big, she'll just leave it. She'll kill it and leave it. And they're smart. They know what they can eat and what they can't eat. So I've been going slightly smaller prey. I may give her two mice instead of like a rat, And you got to figure that out. Once these guys put a certain amount of size, then they will eat anything you give them, pretty much. And that's just the case with Burms in general. Whoa! She wanted to kiss you guys. So anyway, that's the female champagne. All right, here is one of my super hypos, also known as Ivory. This is a black-eyed leucistic Burms that I produced this past year. He's a male. He is for sale. I have two of his brothers too. I actually produced a bunch of these. I sold a bunch already, but I got a lot of super hypos, and I bred hypo to hypo, so only 1 in 25 chance, and I got way more than the odds would predict. They're super cool. Who doesn't want a white Burm? So if you guys are interested, you want to pick one up, let me know. They have a good personality, these guys. I'll even take them out to show you. And I don't handle them that much. Put them on the floor here. Okay, look at this guy. Yeah, they're really nice. The black eyes on the white stick. And when they get bigger, their colors stay just the same, and they're just really kind of exquisite looking. Really like this. Once again, I wish I would have produced a female. I would have kept it probably. All right, I had to bring her outside because she's got such great color. I wanted you to be able to see all the highlights. She almost looks like an ivory ball python, right? They got the yellows, the whites in there, the beautiful black eyes, or a super fire, I guess. But I see a lot more, beautiful looking yellow shadows in there. I like the way the head looks. You get the white mixed in with the yellow there. Really white tail. Really, really, like I said, really nice snakes. They got some really cool looking eyes. Look at that, the pink tongue. And once you take them out, they really mellow out, and they just like to be held, and they're very social snakes. And the more you handle them, the better they seem to be. So, here it is. Super hypo, granite, because all my snakes are granite, because the parents were granite. That's a recessive trait. Also possible green, and possible head albino. There you go. And we'll finish off today's little Burmese update with this beautiful albino champagne male. That's right, that's the double visual, double recessive albino with the champagne. I showed you the champagne before. And he's in shed, but he's gorgeous. And you can just see how he that champagne just really enhances the albino. Sometimes you would think, you know, you wouldn't be able to see it because champagne is kind of like almost like a T positive looking type snake, but you definitely see the albino enhance that champagne because champagne is kind of a little darker than a T positive would be. So when you put the albino in there and take out that, you still get the crazy champagne pattern. Look at that little head, you know, it looks like almost like a syringe needle on his head. And then, but yeah, you get all the lighten up. I'm curious to see how he's going to look when he gets older. He gets his adult color. So there you have it. The Burmese Python updates. All right, that's going to do it, guys. Burmese Python Day here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. And I didn't show you everything. I showed you most of what we had. I just wanted to give you guys a little update on what's going on with the PIED project. Obviously, that male PIED is going to be bred to that female albino het PIED that I showed you at some point in the future, you know, a year or two off. And hopefully we'll produce some visual PIEDs. That's always the goal. And eventually down the road, some albino PIEDs maybe, and maybe even some other stuff if we can mix that in there. So that's an exciting project. Obviously the champagne and the albino champagne project is also cool. You know, I'm doing the berms basically because I think they're really cool. And, you know, no one's really done that much with PIEDs. There's a couple people out there. So to me, I just found it interesting. And I love the big snakes. Who doesn't love a big snake that's friendly, especially if, you know, you handle them and you train them right and you keep them with respect, because that's what it's all about. With a big snake, you got to treat them with respect. Those little snakes can bite the hell out of you and it doesn't really matter. You don't want a 10-foot, 12-foot Burmese python biting you on a regular basis. But I've found, and I think a lot of people have found, and that's why they are such good pets, that when you handle them on a regular basis and they get older, they calm down and they really like to come out and they actually enjoy it, you know. And sometimes you get a Burma that doesn't want to go back in. He doesn't, you know, he enjoys it. Whereas ball pythons can't wait to get back in and crawl into their rock that they're hiding under, because that's just what they do in the wild. So once again, if you're into big snakes with good personalities and you have the room and you understand that they're going to get bigger, you know, the male's not as big as the females, obviously. And of course, they do grow according to how you feed them. If you feed them heavier, they're going to get bigger faster. If you can handle that and you have the room and you're willing to take the chances of, you know, a big snake in your house, then it's a great pet. If you live in Florida or states that require licenses, you're just going to have to go out and get your Class 3 conditional license. A lot of states, however, don't require licenses. Unfortunately, if you live in New York, they're illegal. So you have to check your state and see if you can have berms there. But luckily in Florida, they are a Class 3 conditional species. I have a license. I actually like that because I think it makes only the responsible people actually keep these snakes, and that reduces the incidence of accidents tremendously, I find. So once again, guys, if you're enjoying the channel and all the stuff we're talking about, put the suggestions you have in the comments below. Subscribe, hit your like button, and turn on those notifications, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning.